Okay, we made it up to the top of Mount Moody. Kind of our first goal of the day, and yeah, there was a viewpoint at the top, but actually almost got to see more mountains of Maine than I cared to. There's a lady sitting there in the sunshine with her top off, so it's not the kind of viewpoint I was looking for. But yeah, I guess that the sun feels pretty good today. So anyway, we made it to the top and headed back down the other side. Supposed to be a shelter on this side. We don't really need shelter, but then we're going to stop and eat a little snack and have a candy bar. It also marks the midway point of our day to the road, and also refilling our water bottles. So yeah, we're headed up to the shelter and do a little stop there. So you'll see some cool stuff along the way. Alright, we're heading back down from that shelter. Had a little snack and heading down into this valley. And the South Arm Road that we're looking to get to is up over the top and down the other side of that one. So that's our chore for the day, getting down to it and then getting up and over it. So yeah, it's not a very tall one, but it's definitely a technical one, so hopefully it won't give us too much trouble and we'll get up and over it. Alright, let's go. Okay, we made it down into the valley at the base of that big hill. Nice little stream running through here, and yeah, good little spot. But made it across, and now we get to climb up that big hill. We gotta go up and over it. So alright, we're gonna go this way. Okay, we're working our way up the mountain, and ran into our first rebar section of the day, little rebar ladder, and it's got some rebar handles up on the top. Yesterday we saw the log handle, or the day before yesterday. This one's actually got a rebar handle. Quite nice. We like the trail maintainers in Maine. They're doing a pretty good job so far. Alright, but Kendall doesn't have her sticks, so she's not sure what to do now.
Bring me my sticks, will ya?
Alright, we're making it up to the top of the mountain. I can't remember what the name of the mountain is, but Sawyer Brook Mountain, or Sawyer Mountain. And we stopped for lunch. Supposedly we're near the top. It's 12:30, so made it up in pretty good time. But wanted to show you, we stayed out an extra day so that we could catch a ride at this next road. And I'll just show you, this is our lunch. For staying out an extra day, we're running out of food. So our lunch today was a chocolate brownie Cliff Bar, 2 Reese's Thins, a little fun-size M&Ms that I grabbed from the Trail Magic the other day, and some chocolate-covered pomegranates. So yeah, the
2 of us.
That's lunch for 2 today. So we are really hoping we get into town, because after this it's going to be eating leaves and berries. But yeah, hopefully this will be our last meal before getting into the hostel. Oh, and I also have a Kit Kat bar in my backpack for our celebratory meal when we get to the road. So anyway, that's our lunch. So hope you guys are eating just as good as we are. Well, we made it up to the top of the mountain. I think we're at the top anyway. We're a long ways up anyway. And can't really see the mountain I was on before. It's kind of off to the right, but a little bit of a view of the valley there. Can't get much of a view today. The sky is very hazy today, but it's hot today. It's probably in the 80s today, so, and sunny, so we're not complaining. But very mountainous in through here. Valley running down through there, but I think that town down there in the valley is the town Andover, which is where we're heading into today. So we just have to make it up over the top here and down the other side. So we're still walking. All right, come on, let's go. Well, you guys did it. Even got Kindle across the river crossing. Came down from way up there down to the river and the South Arm Road. And we even made it by our deadline of 4 o'clock because it's only 2 o'clock. So we did well. And so we are going to just sit and wait for our ride to come pick us up, take us to
2 hours we have to sit.
The Human Nature Hostel. But yeah, so tomorrow we'll get dropped off. We'll head into the hills there and head up that way. Alright, let's sit and wait. I was down the river soaking my feet while we wait and found this little leech stuck to my foot. Just a tiny little guy. You can see my finger how big he actually is, but now he's getting dried out, but I'll get him back down there by the water. But yeah, he was just stuck to my foot. Haven't seen leeches in a while, but he's a pretty small one. Alright y'all, we made it to the hostel in the Dome House here. A nice place, so just got a ride in, stopped at the store, was able to get to the post office. Even though it was closed, the lady came out and said, yeah, come on in, and got our stuff even after they were closed, which was pretty neat. Stopped at the store and grabbed a few snacks, and yeah, we can go inside and check it out. So this is the dome. Downstairs, have a basement area, and have a bunk room in here. Where all the bunks are at. It's kind of cool. You have a table and outside with a fire pit, stuff like that. Sitting area with smart TV and things. Popcorn machine, 24-hour popcorn, and then a hiker fridge where you can put stuff you bought at the store to eat or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
I always felt my right hip on the ground, and I have this bed sore on my hip like that. It's left this like huge scar right here. It was like a half-inch deep, like scab for a month. I couldn't sleep on my right side for the last 30 days. Had to switch sides. This one started.
Alright, you guys, I mean, it's like Christmas for me. Daughter Elsie sent us a package here in Andover, and I got my new Wild Cross shoes. Solomon Wild Cross. Got brand new tires, new tread on them, things like that. Man, these things look pretty. And got the drawstring speed laces on them and all. 0 miles on these ones. And I'm saying goodbye to my Solomon XA Pros. Held up pretty well, actually. I remember I bought these in Kent, Connecticut. So they've been through all of Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and into the start of Maine. So I'm not really sure how many miles I've got on them, but it's probably close to 500 miles on these old Solomons, and they probably could have gone another 100 more. They're not too bad. You can see the treads getting a little flat on them, a little worn. But man, these new Wild Cross, awesome shoe. Had these when I first started the trip, but they were already used. I had used them on other hikes before, so they were used when I started. But no, these ones are brand new tires, so looking forward to using those tomorrow and getting them out on the trail and getting them muddy. So right on. Thank you, Elsie, for sending the package and getting me some new shoes. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. So yep, there's the old and the new. So right on. That's pretty cool.
It's scary. We did too. I love how the phone thinks it's like watching sports. I took a shower this morning.
All right, everybody. It's Saturday, August the 7th, and Kimball and I are back out of town and back on the trail. Just a short stop last night to get into town to get some resupply for the next 5 days. Had a good stay at Human Nature Hostel, and they took really good care of us there. Got laundry done and showers, and it was a cool place to stay. So, but we are now right back where we started, going uphill. All right, let's go. Gotta get up this mountain.
I'm gonna take my coat off. How about you?
Yeah, I am too. All right, it's 11 o'clock and we are nearing the top of Old Blue, name of this mountain. And yeah, it's been a beast, but we've just been plugging along this morning, just moving forward and climbing rocks and climbing ladders, getting to the top. This is our worst climb of the day. We'll still have some ups, but a lot of downs, a lot of...
See, it goes up further. You got this kind of short section up quite a ways.
Yeah, it does. Goes up that other notch as well.
But it has handles.
It does have handles.
That is really cool.
All right, let's see if we can get up to the top of Old Blue. All right, made it to the top of Old Blue, or right near the top anyway. Not much of views today just because of the haze and the clouds, and this one is not bald. It's got short little trees and stuff, but the breeze feels good. It's hot today again. It's probably in the high 70s right now. It's supposed to get up into the mid 80s today, which for Maine is pretty warm weather, but it's dry, so we'll take that any day. But yeah, it's pretty nice. And in case you're wondering, there's a look back of what we've done over the last probably week and a half. Over there you have Bald Pate kind of right in the center. Over and behind it you have that hill that the fire tower is on, Mount Speck, and can't quite make it out yet, but there's the Three Gooses over that way, and right in between them is where the Mahoosic Notch is, and Speck Pond and the Mahoosic Arm are over there. So yeah, it's about a week's worth of work in view right there. It's very rewarding and very discouraging at the same time to see all the way for 2 weeks what you've done. So if it was a little bit clearer, you could even see Mount Washington on the other side of Mount Speck over there, but too hazy over that way now with all the smoke from all the forest fires this year. So anyway, Kendall's moved on up the trail. I like to take in the views, so we'll see if we can catch up with her. Well, we get a little bit of flat trail. Think it'd be easy going, and then we end up with this. High altitude flat means mud, and so broken boards and definitely a whole lot of mud. So got my new shoes on, don't want to get them dirty, but yeah, definitely hard to make progress on a trail like this where you think flat section, oh, we'll just fly and make some miles, but it's difficult. It is getting hot today, probably low 80s today, but luckily there's a good stiff breeze blowing up here on the hill, so it's keeping the temperature down a little bit, getting the air moving, so it helps cool us down. But it is hot, especially for Maine. We weren't expecting 80s in Maine, but I guess it is August, so never know what to expect. But it's dry. Well, it's not raining. Ground's not dry. Anyway, heading up Bemis Mountain. It's not too much more elevation before we get to the top, and then it's over the other side. So, alright, let's see if we can find the top of Bemis. Okay, y'all, you did it. Made it to the top of Bemis Mountain. There's the sign to prove it. Top of Bemis Mountain. Elevation 3,592 feet. It's pretty good. And also the top of my bald head. But anyway, you know, our next objective is Bemis Mountain lean-to or shelter. They call them lean-tos here in Maine. But it's 1.7 miles to the north, so that was our original bailout point in our first objective to get to for the end of the day. We're gonna get up there. It's right now it's 3 o'clock, pretty much about 5 after 3. We're gonna go the 1.7 miles to the lean-to and sit down and rest, and then evaluate the rest of the day. Do we stay or do we push on? Really, the next available campsite that we know of is another 4 miles past the Bemis Mountain lean-to, so that's going to be a pretty good jump this late in the day with the terrain as hard as it's been. So we're going to have to be feeling really good by the time we get to the lean-to to push on. But we'll get down there, we'll discuss it together and see how we're feeling. And we may stay at the lean-to or decide to push on. We'll let you know. So. Alright, hopefully the trail will be generous and kind to us and allow us to get a few more miles in today, but we'll see. Come on, let's go. Here's a view of Old Blue, and then Bemis Mountain, which we just came over, and then the one we're on top of now. I can't remember the name of it, but down there in the distance you can see the windmills spinning. Man, those things are really going. But the hostel we stayed at is just right there where where the windmills are, just to the left of them. There's a little bump, little mountain there. We were just on the other side of that little bump mountain is where the hostel was last night, the Human Nature Hostel. So, and we could see this ridge from the back porch of the hostel there last night. So, but yeah, that's what we came over earlier. And we just did that one, which I'm all zoomed in on it now. So, but anyway, here's a pretty good view from up here today. Still hazy, but doing well. And just on the other side of the mountain we're at. A few trees in the way, but See a big old lake down there. That's Rangeley Lake. The next nearest town on the trail is Rangeley, which we are not going into because we got 5 days worth of food. We're going past that, hopefully. And but beautiful area down in there. So we do have to go through Rangeley and across the lake somehow. So I think there's a road or something. We'll see when we get down there. But yeah, we can see that a little bit today from this side of the mountain. Quite a bit of water down there. Alright, y'all, made it to the area where the shelter's at, and just looking for a tent site. So yeah, shelter's right down over there, and we actually decided we're gonna go ahead and stay here tonight because it's already almost 5 o'clock, and we had a few rain showers and such, so it's yeah, it's gonna be a good place to stop. So alright, we're gonna find a campsite to set up, and so I'm gonna put the phone down, and we'll get set up here before the rains come.